I think we're live. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kid Smooth, and this is the 19th episode of TiC Writer's Block podcast. And good evening, and welcome to the panel. Fame, he just came in late, but that ain't important enough.
Oh, cold-blooded.
And but shout out to Fame. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Fame Entertainment, a.k.a. the most wanted man alive right now. Hey, good to be here, man. Great to have a panel. Shout out to my boy Nicodemus X, man. I'm sad he can't be here today. He has some family issues going on, but, you know, much respect and much love to my brother Nicodemus X. Your family is in my prayers, my brother.
Yeah, Nicodemus, we're here for you. Hopefully we will see you next week or the week after. New Type, what's up?
What's up, everybody? Good to be here with you all today. Let's talk about games.
And fresh back from Miami. I don't even think he went that far, but he was on vacation. What's up, Undead?
Oh, not a lot. Ready to talk some games. And yeah, in Canada, when you don't go on vacation, you don't get a tan. I'm still whiter than milk, so.
Whiter than milk? That's new. That's new.
Well, damn, I'm Irish, okay? There's not a lot of tanning genes in there. I either burn or not. That's it.
I agree. I agree 100% on that. I burn, so you don't have no tanning genes.
And speaking of, we have a special guest tonight. Hello, Titanfall Princess.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. I'm glad to be here. And like you said before, let's talk some gaming.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice. We are here. All right, so first off, what's everybody's playing? Because I actually was able to turn on my my Xbox and start to enjoy some games a little bit. But before I tell you guys what I was playing, I want to know what you guys have been playing so far.
If anybody's been following me, you guys know I'm still taking my time with Uncharted 4. I haven't played outside of my live stream, so that's cool. And then on Xbox, I went back to The Division. I still got lots of friends playing it, and you know I enjoy the grinding that comes with playing that game. So yeah, for the PS4, I'm still doing Uncharted, which if you guys check out my channel, at least once a week I do an hour, 2 hour long live stream. So yeah, Uncharted 4 and The Division. Probably gonna jump on Overwatch. Probably jump on Overwatch this weekend for sure.
You bought that?
No, I didn't buy it. Anchorman and a few others have been like up my butt about giving it a chance. I don't know. I just seem like there's not enough content for me to go spend $40. But I may have a little extra ducats laying around somewhere I can throw away, so I'm probably gonna pick it up.
All right. And the Titanfall Princess, what you playing? Is she there?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't sound like you said Titanfall.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been playing on Xbox Killer Instinct, which oh, by the way, you were supposed to play me. What happened?
Yeah, you know what? That is crazy. You know what? We'll play. No, we're gonna play right after the podcast.
Hold on, wait a minute. Well, hold on. Well, we do have a tournament, a Killer Instinct tournament coming up inside the new Facebook group, TiC Gaming. So hey, after that won't be no excuses. I expect both you guys to be in that tournament.
Oh, you want me in a tournament? I don't know about a tournament. I've never been in a tournament before.
I'm not good enough in Killer Instinct to do a tournament. I'll participate because I probably have to, but I'm not good enough to do it. But like, I'm not good at all. I casually play Killer Instinct, but I do have to give Titanfall Princess this work pretty soon. So if we,
okay. I may have to give you a big L on that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid. So
I've seen Kid Smooth play fighters, and I'm putting my money on Titanfall Princess. So
I've seen Kid Smooth play gaming. Period. I put my money on Titanfall Princess.
Did you see me play fighters? Did you see me play Street Fighter? That's different.
Oh, I could play Street Fighter too.
Yeah, I mean Street Fighter is alright, but Killer Instinct is my thing. Street Fighter I can get by because I can cheat, and it's okay.
You can. Oh, come on now. No. That's right. You know, since you said you were better at Killer Instinct, we're gonna play some Killer Instinct, and I'll just see how good you really are, Kid Smooth.
All right, we can do that.
Let's just do that. Okay. And then I've been playing a little bit of. Besides that, I've been playing a little Overwatch and Doom.
Overwatch and Doom. Okay. All right. Everybody's playing Overwatch. I haven't fell into the bandwagon yet. Bandwagon's kind of full.
It ain't that full.
And Undead, what you playing?
Trying to do Doom on Ultra Nightmare right now, and I'm getting a ton of headaches doing that. And I'm also playing Hitman because I finally sucked it up and bought the whole game, so I'm doing all the missions and trying to do all the challenges on all the levels. So just generally giving myself a migraine with difficulty.
and new type that you playing? I know you generally playing something new every week.
Yeah, I was playing the new TMNT, New Turtles in Manhattan.
How you liking that?
It's not very good. I already beat it. Like, yeah, it was super disappointing. They tried to make it open world, kind of, but it didn't work. But what I can say about the game is that the boss fights are really fun. That's about it.
It looks as if it plays just like Legend of Korra.
I don't know. I didn't play that. Is that, and I'm working my way through Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. And I just got the Odin Sphere Remaster, so that should be fun.
I will be on that this week as well.
Odin Sphere?
Yes, sir. Hey, Matt, is it cross-buy? I've been trying to figure this out forever.
I believe so.
Yeah, because I'm probably going to be a reason for me to play it on because my PS Vita's been sitting around, so it'll give me a reason to play my Vita and go back and forth between the PS4. I was really hoping it was cross-buy, so yeah, that's a goodie. That's a goodie.
All right. Well, I've been playing. I've returned to Murdered Soul Suspect and Blues and Bullets Episode 2. I just finished that today.
Nice. How was it? How was part 2?
Amazing. It was. Well, all right, I'm not gonna say amazing, but as far as it was a little bit more action-packed than the first episode was. The first episode was a little bit slow-moving. There was a lot of dramatic stuff happened in this episode. Try not to give away any spoilers, but some things happened that I didn't expect to happen so soon because I'm assuming there's 3 more episodes to go, and I don't know who they're going to introduce to fulfill certain roles, but it's getting more interesting as time goes, and I enjoyed this episode. I'm actually going to play through it again and start making some opposite decisions. But that's what I've been playing a little bit of Killer Instinct. I was playing, what's his name, Gargoyles? What's that, the new character they just added? He's whack, honestly. I don't really care for him like that. And I have done some hours in NBA Live 16. So.
Wait, say that last part again.
I've put some more hours in NBA Live 16. When my basketball team loses, I take it out on NBA Live 16. You know what game it is.
I don't understand what he's saying. Somebody translate. I don't understand what he's saying. No comprende.
You don't know basketball games to begin with, so.
I know the live is trash.
Sure. How many hours you got in that game?
It only took me 15 minutes to realize it was poop, and I stopped playing.
Okay. All right. Sure. Okay. And yeah. So that's it. So we got some news this week. You know, I'm sick and tired. The thing is, I love talking about E3, honestly, and I love doing these predictions and stuff. But honestly, I really do hate the leaks. I do not like leaks. And it's crazy because I love talking about the stuff and saying, man, I think this is gonna happen, but deep inside, I hope that everything I say or whatever we see on the internet is wrong, and that whatever we see at the show is a complete surprise. And that's why I was like, when I forgot, I'm getting his name, but they were gonna do their E3 prediction, I think, this week, and I was like, dude, by the time you do your E3 predictions, the whole show is gonna be leaked. I was letting them know on Twitter, but. We got leaked Dead Rising 4, and it's supposed to be a remake of the Dead Rising 1, where they're going to be using Frank West. According to the images, any thoughts on that? And it's supposed to be Xbox One exclusive, I think. Yeah, Xbox One exclusive.
Windows 10 exclusive, maybe? You think it'll be an Xbox exclusive?
It'll be Xbox Windows. I don't see it coming to PlayStation. I think it'll be like the first game was.
Yeah, I think Capcom's just gonna keep Dead Rising on the Xbox.
I think that'd be a good thing. I think that'd be a real good thing for them to do that.
I mean, I don't too much care for Dead Rising. I didn't play 3. Last one I played was 2, and I don't know. It's just not my deal. So I probably won't be picking it up just out of it's just not my type of game. Not my type of zombie game.
See, I love I don't love zombie games. I like Dead Rising though. I like Dead Rising 3. Like I said, was my favorite. You guys, but I've been playing Dead Rising 3 for like a year. when the Xbox One first came out, that whole year I spent most of my time with the Dead Rising. I bought the season pass, went through the season pass on that. But yeah, it's Frank West is a character miss. They always try to bring him back in the other games, like with the whole the Capcom Super Remix Ultra DLC on Dead Rising 3. You got to play as Frank West a little bit. But yeah, what else? I mean, Undead. What do you think?
I don't know. Like, I like Dead Rising 3 a lot more than Dead Rising 2. The one thing that's always bugged me about those games is the timer. Is like the constant timer on missions and everything. Like Dead Rising 2, I constantly felt rushed. Like I know you're supposed to do multiple playthroughs and everything else, but I really hope with Dead Rising 4 they just altogether remove the timer, because when you have an open world zombie game where you can craft all these different things to destroy zombies, I just want to sit down and do that for a couple hours. I don't want to have sit there and be like, oh, well, this mission's done because I took too long. And it just takes some of the enjoyment out of the game. So if they fix that, I'll buy it day one. But if it feels like I'm rushing again, I probably won't invest right off the bat. It'll be something I pick up later.
You know, I'm with you on that, Nick. Any game I play, if there's a mission where it's timed, I'm immediately pissed. I like time missions in any game. Even if it's one in the game, I'm immediately pissed at the game. And I may not, play it for a week because I'm so pissed. I hate being rushed to games or rushed to a mission. I hate time missions.
Did you guys play Nick, did you play Dead Rising 3?
I'm guilty of playing the first mission, and it's installed on my Xbox, but I got torn away by, I think it was Wolfenstein and Titanfall at the time, so I never got around to going back and finishing it.
Man, I will play with you. It's co-op, but that one doesn't have like a timer. There's a timer mode that you can play. I think it's called Nightmare mode, but the base game isn't timed or anything.
Wait a minute, that's multiplayer? The co-op?
Yeah. Yes.
The 2 words as well, right? I forgot about that. Okay.
That game is the Shiznits.
The Shiznits.
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys played the arcade DLC for that game?
Yep, I day one that. It came out with on day with E3, right? E3 2014. It came out.
Okay.
So, yeah, I definitely did that, and I want to play because that's like 4-player co-op. So I even hosted a few events a couple years ago when it came out. So, but if anybody's down to do that, it's a really, really fun mode. And anybody else got any thoughts on Dead Rising 4? Were you really checking for it? Or?
No, I wasn't checking for it. I played 3. The first one I played was 1. That was on the 360 years ago. Whenever that came out, was it like 10? And then I played Dead Rising 3. I played for a few hours, and I was just like, what is this? And just put it down.
Okay. So
actually, I was hoping they'd do another one and keep it exclusive, because Xbox do need more exclusives. So yeah. I was hoping they could do another one, because I played them all. So
I played them all. The only Dead Rising I didn't like, and I think is the one everybody liked. I didn't like Dead Rising 2. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I love Dead Rising 3. Dead Rising 1 was cool. The concept of it. But honestly, personally, I can't even tell you if I beat Dead Rising 1. I don't even know if I did. But what else did we have? Horizon Zero Dawn. They got a brand new trailer, which looks good. Once again, the game doesn't fail as far as visuals and does look promising. But it did give us a release date of February of 2017, and it was originally scheduled to be a 2016 release. Any thoughts on that? I mean, does this hurt the PlayStation for the remainder of the year? What else what's coming out for PlayStation that can fill that void?
Well, they got Last Guardian coming out. That would be that's still coming out as far as we know. So they haven't delayed that or announced anything about that. So that's still on the table, and that's a big title. So
I wouldn't be shocked if it's 2017. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
What, Guardian 2017?
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if that's 2017.
No, I don't think so. They've taken too many delays on that game. Even if it's not finished, they're probably just gonna release it anyway and patch it because they can't do it again.
Yeah, they delay Last Guardian again. It's just going to be the final nail in the coffin of hope for that game.
Yeah.
That game's gone through the ringer way too many times, unfortunately.
So you think it's going to come out this year?
I think if it's going to come out, it has to come out this year. I think if they delay it again or announce that it's going to be a 2017 release, the hype it has will die down, unfortunately. I think it's going to be a fantastic game, but it's whether or not they can get it out in time. But Horizon being delayed, I think will do better for the game because it's an overly ambitious game, and I would rather they take their time with it and actually release it complete and glitch-free if possible than them release it with a bunch of errors and problems and everything else. I'm perfectly okay with the delay. Gives me more time to buy a PS4 anyway.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I don't know anyone who's surprised by this. It's just Sony being Sony as far as first party studios are going. It's like every year, it's like The Order was delayed, Bloodborne was delayed, Uncharted was delayed, Drive Club was delayed. This isn't new. But it is better for the game because it's coming out in February instead of a stacked November, October.
Yeah.
You know, Horizon was the main reason I bought my PS4 in the first place. So I'm a little disappointed. Got pushed back, but there's so much stuff dropping at the end of this year. Hopefully that it wouldn't affect it all. Plus, I think games getting pushed and released in March, you know, or early second quarter of these years is actually a little bit better than trying to jam pack everything in the fall.
Oh yeah, it gives us more time, and since it's a new IP, it has more room to grow.
Yeah, I enjoy being broke through the whole year instead of just the holidays.
Yeah.
And but just to go back on this, all right, so PlayStation is riding the success on Uncharted. I'm just trying to think. The thing about Last Guardian is like, all right, I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen enough or heard enough from Sony since its E3 showing for me to be convinced that it's coming this year. You know what I mean? Like, you already have advertisements for like Gears of War. You know what I mean? And that's a game for October. You already got like a solid release date. You know, you can bank on Titanfall and Battlefield coming this year, even though they all can get delayed. It's just that they already put out release dates on these games. And then you had with No Man's Sky, which is now going to be touted as like, you know, a $60 full-fledged game that was pushed from June, later this month to no, that was supposed to be a June 9th game, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was going to come out in June, and now it's going to be like August, first week, second week of August time frame.
Hey, Kid, quick question, and I'm trying to see if I heard that right. You said because we haven't heard much about the game or seen much that it can't release this year. One thing about Recoil, all we've seen is a CGI trailer, and it's set to release this year.
That's why I don't think it's coming this year.
Okay, you don't think it's coming. Okay.
I don't think Recoil is coming this year. No. And that's I didn't think Halo Wars was coming this year either.
Isn't it supposed to?
Halo Wars 2?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, it's supposed to. It's supposed to come holiday 2016. But the thing is like, I was like, the most we're gonna get out of it is a beta this year, and maybe the game like early next year. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But that's just what I don't know about. Like Horizon, I started to like figure, okay, maybe it will come out this year because we did get to see it a couple times since its first showing. There was talks about it, but now that it's delayed, I don't think it's any bad or anything like that. But I'm just curious on what else is coming. I mean, I know the end of the year, this fall alone is going to be crazy. And October is a crazy month. So any person that's looking to drop a new title or an indie title, do not come out in October. Because in October, you got Mafia 3, you got Gears of War, and you're getting both Battlefield 1 and Titanfall in October. Like, that is like, I question, is that smart for EA to do, to drop both their guns in the same month?
Well, when you look at the games, it's for two different audiences.
Well, they're both shooters, both first-person shooters, though.
Yeah, but one's a futuristic and one is.
Yeah, and the people that don't like the non-foot on the ground warfare are going to pick up one, and the people that want foot on the ground warfare are going to pick up the other. They basically just took that half and half of the Call of Duty audience that's unhappy right now and just went, here, buy both these games and you'll be happy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. I think people who buy shooters are just buying shooters. I mean, I guess I understand the strategy of you saying here they went to the people that was on the Call of Duty. Like, we want to upset people that are sick of the futuristic shooters, and that split and try to tackle both and kill two birds with one stone. But I think, honestly, I don't know if that's the case with the consumers, if this is gonna work out that way. Because at the end of the day, there were still people, the same people that was buying Battlefield, 4, and that you don't consider that futuristic. The same people buying like Call of Duty, Ghosts, and Advanced Warfare, and etc. Like, they had both. And the same people who bought Titanfall is buying Call of Duty. So I just don't know. I think one of the franchises is going to hurt the other. I don't know if it's going to have, like, each is going to expect to sell what they wanted to sell. I mean, the good thing is they both come out before Call of Duty. It's just that they both come out with each other.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they'll eat into each other's sales, but it's not going to stop someone from getting one or two regardless. If they want both games, they'll get both games.
Wait, somebody eating?
I think Fame. I don't know what you're doing.
Was you eating a Snicker, Fame?
That's not me, Sam.
Yeah. But Titanfall, for instance, what do you think about this crazy fall that's headed up to? We got October. We got Mafia, Gears of War, Titanfall, rumored, but definitely Battlefield.
Well, I'm gonna be getting most of them that come out pretty much. Once the only thing is, like you guys were saying, they need to not stop jam packing so much at one time. Spread it out a little bit. Learn to let people play a game, enjoy one game, and then next month hit us up with something else. And that goes for both consoles. Don't jam pack everything in at one time. And when it comes to delays, you were talking about, do I like it? It's a better game with, like you guys were saying, without all the glitches and the patches. I'd prefer to wait. I really would. That's that's the best I can say. I'd rather wait because that patching stuff is just excuse my mouth, it's just a bunch of bullshit, really. It's annoying. Who wants to get a game that's broke and pay that much money for it? Give me a game that works, and I'll wait.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing about the games coming like unfinished and stuff, and then you gotta ask yourself, is it really worth pre-ordering on games? You know what I mean? That's because you're not guaranteed to get a working product or product at all. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that.
It's just, I don't know. It's the role of what some of these like I said, game delay. Some people are like pro game delay. delays, and some people are just impatient. I like to say, depending on, I guess, what you're trying to do and what else is in the that's coming up, delays can be fine, but sometimes delays hurt, and sometimes delays hurt more than they do. I want to say benefit some games because you can have a game that's coming out and like the slated date that's supposed to come out could be like the perfect time for it, and then when it gets pushed back into a time where just nobody's either checking for it or people have already gotten over the need. Yeah, it'll be a good game. It might be a more polished product when it comes out, but did it miss its time? You know what I mean?
You know,
I agree.
I would rather them not give us a release date for games.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, just don't do it because if you need more time, we would never know that you needed more time. And the game's been pushed back, months and months and months. Just don't allow for it to have a release date. They just say, hey, they waited till they were done with the game, and then bam, they released it. They didn't have to. They didn't give themselves a date, give themselves a deadline, and be like, oh, you know what? We need 3 more months of development. That's bullcrap. Just don't give us a release date if you're going to keep delaying everything.
Yet wait until it's just about done and know it's definitely 3 months out, and then say, okay, in 3 months you're going to get this game because they know now it's done.
Exactly.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think something that we need to get away from is like delays are something that I do agree with Kid Smooth on. Sometimes delays hurt a game, but the real thing is they need to stop announcing games 2-3 years before they come out. Like Kingdom of Hearts 3 was announced, I don't even know how long ago, and we've got a couple of gameplay trailers, no release date. Like, that game shouldn't have even been announced till this E3 where they have something to go off of. Like, yep. I find companies, like, I don't want to wait. Like, I've been waiting for Kingdom of Hearts 3 forever. And I'd rather not know about it. I'd rather be in the limbo of not knowing if there's going to be another game or not than knowing there's a game and it's taking forever. Like, it's kind of one of those things. Like, I like how, like, Fallout 4 was definitely not perfect. It wasn't the best Fallout game or anything else. But I liked how they went E3 announcement, release date, launch. Period, end of story. And it was like 6 months. Not even. Yeah, but 4 or 5 months, whatever.
Yeah.
But I like that. That was a great way to launch a game. And I don't like games being partially launched either. Like, I think the biggest thing that turned me off at GTA 5 Online was the whole separate launch from the game that was broken for 2-3 weeks. And like getting stuck at the starter mission for 2 weeks completely turned me off of playing online for that game for a long time. Yeah. I think they just need to take their time and just not try to get hype and get pre-orders and all that other stuff along those lines.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. You brought up Kingdom Hearts. And I'm like, yeah, that sucks because there are some Kingdom Hearts fans, right? And that game was announced at the 2013 E3. And I remember people saying, I remember looking through my Twitter feed saying, oh, Kingdom Hearts alone was the reason why PlayStation won the E3 like last year. And I was like, what? And I'm like, so, and then later I learned that it was a multi-plat. But the thing is, we seen what, a trailer? And we haven't heard from it since. And it's Square Enix that does that game, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They announced at least like 5 Final Fantasies since then. I'm like, yo, what is going on? You got the remake of Final Fantasy VII. You got Final Fantasy 15. You got the little big head Final Fantasy game for like I think the PS.
Like World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's like what the heck? I was like, when are you gonna bring Kingdom Hearts? Like, and the thing is, I'm not gonna front like I was a fan of Kingdom Hearts or anything like that. No, I don't have any history with the games or anything like that. But for it to be such a big deal at that E3, and then it's 2016. You know what I mean? Obviously, chances are that game is probably 2018 bound. Just looking at it now because we haven't seen anything.
Well, that's true. If Final Fantasy 15 is coming out this year, and probably Final Fantasy VII Remake, the first part, is going to come out next year, then yeah, 2018 sounds about right. Unless they're gonna do it next year. Plus, they got Kingdom Hearts 2.9 now. They got another one.
I'm not even touching that.
So I don't know why. I don't know why they keep doing these to these Kingdom Hearts fans, but they should. They're probably tired of it by now.
Well, see, what I can't get my head around is, like, I was seeing on Twitter today, I can't remember the news sources, but I saw a couple of ones where they're like, well, we're remaking Final Fantasy 12 for PS4 now. It's like, why are we remaking more games? Like, is Square out of money because of these long development cycles? We're just going to toss
people keep buying. As long as people keep buying this crap, they'll keep doing it. People, and I see people are getting hyped. Oh my God, Final Fantasy 12, like, I can play that game now. People are just so hyped because it's remastered, and as long as people keep buying it, people, they're going to keep doing this crap.
Yeah, fam, you got the struggle connection right now.
That's because I'm mobile, my bad.
Alright, you sounded better there. But repeat that?
No, I was saying as long as people keep paying for this stuff, they're going to keep doing it. Plain and simple.
Well, yeah, of course. And I'm sure that Final Fantasy 12 is going to come out to PC. Right now, I think it's just a PS4 exclusive. But I don't know why they're not releasing the remasters for Xbox One, considering that Final Fantasy 15 is coming to both.
I was going to say, the Final Fantasy 7 remake, that's a timed exclusive, isn't it? Or
I don't think anything's been announced for it yet. You know what's coming to PS4, but that's all you really know.
okay.
First to PlayStation when they announced it, so it's either coming to PC or Xbox or both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, but the games that I feel like Square they've actually put out a lot of games. Nothing that I really cared for. It took me a while. I didn't realize they published like the Life is Strange, but I know they're talking about Life is Strange 2. We'll see how that goes with a story like that. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts has been MIA. Final Fantasy, they've announced so many of them. With Final Fantasy 15 coming in September. Speaking of Final Fantasy 15, have any of you played any of like the demos they got?
I played the Do Sky demo, but that was a while ago because I got the Final Fantasy Type 0.
Yep.
So I tried out the Do Sky demo. So it was just.
You know, while they're out here remastering and remaking games, give me my favorite one, which is Final Fantasy 9. If they remade and remastered it, I will buy Final Fantasy 9.
It's on PC, bro.
Now, fam, like a remake?
Yeah, it's on PC. Like how they remade. Oh, never mind. Not, you talking about? Yeah, just remaster, right? Like how they did 7 on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Steam. It's been out for
When
a
did
while.
they remake Final Fantasy 9? I didn't know this.
It was like a few months ago.
And I'm missing out. I'm trying to build a PC.
Wow.
My favorite game of all time, dude. I'm trying to build a PC.
Yeah. And then, of course, it was a rumor coming out of NeoGAF, Sunset Overdrive. This was rumored before. This was rumored right before Sunset Overdrive came out. It was supposed to be appearing on the PC. This rumor suggests that the game will be Windows 10 or UWP exclusive, so you have to have Windows 10 to get it. Likely, probably cross-buy. But I can see this happening likely nowadays, and I did if you asked me a couple years ago. What are your thoughts on this?
They're smart. They're doing it with the rest of the games. Why not do it with this one? Increase the sales of the game, which will pretty much bonafide us the part 2 that I think we deserve because the game ended with a cliffhanger. So I think it's smart. Put more sales in the game, and we'll guarantee the part 2, which will be Xbox Windows 10 exclusive. Smart.
Yeah, it's not surprising since the whole UWP, every game going forward is going on PC. I don't see why. I believe Sunset Overdrive is the one game that they don't have on PC yet. Am I correct about that?
Well, I can name you a couple, but
Well, that's one of them. That's one of them. They didn't get on PC yet, so it's not surprising that they're going back, putting games that were on Xbox exclusive on PC.
I think hopefully with time, people stop caring about what these fanboys say in the streets about what's exclusive, what's not exclusive. Dude, if you can't get it on a rival platform, it's exclusive to that, whatever. So, a lot of people say, well, it's multiplayer. I get that, but I mean, people get over the fact that Xbox has games on Windows 10, Xbox is Microsoft exclusives, and it's way too difficult to make one. Really.
Anybody catch that?
no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Fame, but that just like I don't know. But what I'm assuming Fame he said was people shouldn't be getting upset, I guess, and that it has to is still an exclusive until it arrives on a rival platform.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Cool. Woo. Okay.
I'll be back on my PC next week, I promise.
Nice. Looking forward to it. So so it's like I said, if it goes this is the thing. I will only now if it goes to PC like how Gears of War went to PC, Gears of War Ultimate Edition went to PC, and Rise of the Tomb Raider, then I'll appreciate it. But if it's like going to PC like how Quantum Break and how Killer Instinct went to PC, then it does me nothing good. And the reason why I say that is because I don't if this rumor is true, are they gonna release it as like, okay, boom, like here's the game, or if me already having the game on the Xbox and then I go to download it on a PC, will it be the same exact game? Meaning like all my stats and everything has just came over and all my achievements are unlocked, then I have no need to play it. I would be willing to play the game again on PC, but only if I can start from scratch and have my own and get new achievements and stuff and whatnot from it. But if it's just my same license, then it's not that big of a deal.
I'm sure it might be not remastered, but Ultimate Edition of some sort.
You think?
Yeah, where the DLC comes with it. So.
That would be a cool idea, and I went through that DLC as well too. So.
As long as it's not on like Steam or like that, I have no issue. It's just normal for Microsoft.
Yeah. You know what's crazy?
I'm back now. Sorry.
Welcome back. All right. Actually, before we get on to the next subject, because you were here for the last subject, Sunset Overdrive rumored to go to PC. Thoughts?
About that, but my thoughts are that since it didn't sell that well for whatever reason, maybe being launched at the wrong time or not enough hype, excuse me, that bringing it to PC can only get us more sales, and then perhaps maybe get us a Sunset Overdrive 2 in the future with additional sales.
Yeah, and I agree, but here's the thing, right? So this is it's funny that this leak or this rumor is coming around the time of E3. Now, the only way I can see this make sense, like this would not be announced at Microsoft press event unless they're announcing a Sunset Overdrive 2. Now, I can see them saying Sunset Overdrive 2. They announced Sunset Overdrive 2 and give you. It announced that all Xbox people who bought Sunset Overdrive 1, they get a code, a Windows 10 code for Sunset Overdrive for Windows 10. Pretty much. That's where I would see it would make sense. Otherwise, it leave it out. You know what I mean?
No, I understand what you're saying. I just hope that they do have a Sunset Overdrive 2 and that people really see that Sunset. I liked Sunset Overdrive, and it's got a lot of replay value.
Yeah.
You know, you can play with your friends. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with that game, and some people just missed out.
Yeah.
They really did. They just missed out on that game. You know, and like I said, you know, I'm not a PC person, but if it's going to go to PC at this point, because of how bad the sales did, I don't have an issue with that. Hopefully they'll make some additional monies and either, like you said, though, possibly maybe they may be announcing that that's what the rumors are about. Maybe they might announce it at E3 that there may be a 2, like you said, maybe with a code or something else. But if they did put it on there for purchase, it may bring in some additional monies, in order to either make another Sunset Overdrive or to make another game of some sort. Just let's bring some of that revenue back that was lost on the sales.
Yeah,
I got to recoup.
There's multiple ways you can go about it of trying to increase or recuperate the potential sales of the game. It's still a damn shame that it didn't sell more than it did. I mean, I don't see no other game that came out that year that was actually that much of a big deal. But who knows? But it was a good game. If it comes to, like I said, if it comes to PC, it's not that big of a deal to me. I'll play it again, but like I said, I will only play it if it's done like how they did Gears of War Ultimate Edition. But if they've done it how they did Killer Instinct and Quantum Break, then it's not that big of a deal. But I really am hoping for Sunset Overdrive 2. Because it was supposed to be a franchise, if I'm not mistaken, a trilogy, because when they first announced the game at E3 2013, it was brought to us as a franchise, a new franchise. And when you say franchise, I'm thinking more than one. So.
Yeah, I am too when you say that.
And Fam, you almost home?
No, man, I'm actually going the opposite way from my house.
Okay. Oh, okay. And any other thoughts on Sunset Overdrive potentially going to PC?
No, it's good.
It's all good.
All good. All good. Okay, so last week, our show, we did our E3 predictions, right? And so this week, I'm asking you guys, who wins E3 and why? Now, this doesn't have to be the big three. It could be literally a game. It could be a reveal. It could be whatever. But who takes home I was the best of E3 and why? Who wants to get the first crack at that?
I'm gonna go with. This is prefaced with if Rockstar doesn't show up. Okay. Rockstar never shows up, but if they do, it doesn't matter what they show. But I think Bethesda's gonna take it.
Why?
They have Dishonored 2. They're gonna show Dishonored 2. That's probably gonna come out this year. They got Evil Within 2. That's probably gonna come out not this year, but it's gonna come out soon. Probably next year. Probably some Fallout 4 DLC. Fallout nerds love that. But mostly it's because of Elder Scrolls. I think they're gonna announce the new one. Was it 6? Is that the new one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're gonna announce Elder Scrolls 6, and then it'll be a wrap.
So you think that's enough to take home best of E3?
Yeah, people love Elder Scrolls for some reason. I never got into it, but that and plus Fallout plus Dishonored.
I've played and enjoyed one Elder Scrolls game. I played 2 Elder Scrolls games, enjoyed one of them, and that was Oblivion.
I don't know. I've never played an Elder Scrolls game.
But
I don't mind going to hear me. Oh, never mind.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I looked at my phone like I'm in a good reception area. I'm gonna try to go quick so hopefully you guys can get what I'm saying. If my reception goes bad, but in my eyes, I'm really hoping and pushing for Microsoft to win just for the simple fact that they're the underdog, and I like to see the little kid in the fight, knock out the big kid, And so I'm hoping with all the unknowns, and hopefully we get those rare games. I'm hoping for Conquer, Banjo. I'm really hoping for things like that. We'll probably see Scalebound, see Rico, that'd be great. I think in that's just me. But and I think we'll get some new IPs. We'll get some things we've never seen before. But I think in the public eye, the in this no matter who has a great show. Sony's gonna win. And the last show of the day, as far as Microsoft and them go, the last show, they're gonna end the show with a banger like God of War 4, and that's gonna go nuts. Remember who told you?
Okay, all right. So his thing was talking about Microsoft conference and the unknowns and how he's open for a new Banjo and that Sony's going to win in the public eye regardless of anything, which pretty much happens every year.
I'm not trying to be rude or funny or be fancy, but honestly, they go at the end of the day. You know, we've seen a lot of stuff already, and they're going to end the show with some bangers like God of War 4, and then in the public eye, they won because that's the last thing people are going to see is an image of God of War 4.
I can see that happening.
I can see it happening too.
I think we all can see that happening. Honestly, no matter what.
I think Microsoft may it might be down to who gets to show off the new Red Dead. If Rockstar doesn't show up, whoever gets to show off the new Red Dead is the winner.
That's Microsoft.
I'm sure backwards compatible with the first one. Gotta be Microsoft.
All right. Undead. Who wins E3 and why?
Oh,
Please don't say Mafia.
No, I got Mafia 3 is gonna be fire, but it's not gonna break E3. Basically, realistically, everyone's talking remake of Skyrim coming out. If that gets announced, that'll be huge. But basically, it comes down to the fact if there is an Elder Scrolls 6 announcement, even if it's just a reveal, Bethesda will have it in the pocket. If Rockstar reveals Red Dead 2, they'll have it in the pocket. It's whoever reveals, because those are two of the biggest games out there. Like Skyrim sold 3.9 million copies in 48 hours. It was one of the fastest selling games in history. That gets announced, Bethesda's got it again. Because, I'm sorry, you can say what you want, but last year when Fallout 4 got announced, the internet kind of exploded for, I don't know, 2-3 days probably? Even if you're not a Fallout fan, the huge outcome of that being announced, because one thing I love about Bethesda is they keep the leaks to a minimum. And I swear some of these companies leak out stuff intentionally to get some hype going around it. But when Bethesda dropped Fallout 4, I don't remember everyone being like, "Oh, Fallout 4 is getting announced." Ha 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 ha. The Elder Scrolls remake, if that happens, that's cool. But I see either Bethesda or Rockstar taking it. Sony had a couple of delays that kind of hit them. Microsoft, I don't know what they're coming in with. To be brutally honest, Microsoft can have it could be like last year where they start the conference off and then all of a sudden they drop backwards compatibility, which nobody knew about. If they drop a bombshell like that, maybe, but realistically, I'm saying my Microsoft and PlayStation expectations insanely low because I feel like Call of Duty is going to chew up too much of PlayStation's time, and the PlayStation VR, which will chew up more of Sony's time, will kind of be a hole in their game plan. And with Microsoft, I just don't know enough about what they're bringing to say they'll get it. I can tell you who's going to do the worst this year, though.
Who's that?
It's going to be Ubisoft. Ubisoft always has the worst E3 reveals. They find the most boring and dry people to do their E3 presentations, and it's just absolutely awful every year.
But they have this one attractive woman who's up there all the time, and she's very attractive.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She's. Am I the only one that watched Ubisoft's freaking
Oh, I didn't. It was an Ubisoft. I didn't say that.
Yes, they have this woman that comes up, and I think she showed off. What game did she show off? Maybe it was. Yeah, she's the main spokesperson at their show.
Yeah.
Hello, help me out. Is it Alicia? What's her name? Anyway.
You're talking about black girl used to hold.
Aisha. Yeah.
Aisha Tyler.
Yes,
Aisha Tyler.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's who it is. Who is?
Yeah.
Yes. like I said, that's what Ubisoft E3 showing is worth watching for. You know what I mean? So I will watch the show every year until she stops showing off their games. So,
Yeah.
anyway, so Undead, you said who wins? You said Rockstar.
Does Rockstar if they bring Red Dead 2, or if there's some sort of GTA announcement, and Bethesda if they bring anything Elder Scrolls related. Because I guarantee you, even if they just remaster Skyrim, that's gonna sell a ton, and they could charge full price for it, and people will still buy it. Guaranteed.
Now, I think for them to for either Bethesda to take it or Rockstar to take it, Red Dead would have to be a game that comes out this year, and so would either the next Skyrim. I don't think that a game you announced for the future is like oh my god, this is the reason they want E3. No, if they pull a Fallout, I'm like the first time you hear of it and it's coming that year, I think that's what would definitely win a lot of people over. Titanfall Princess.
Yes.
Who wins Z3 and why?
Well, for me, first of all, I want everybody to do well with bringing out what they need to bring out for their consoles, okay? But honestly, I don't know who's going to win, and I don't like to make predictions. But my one thing is that I hope Microsoft really just releases some shit that's going to blow us out the water this year. I really do, because in my opinion, I don't know what you guys think, but in my opinion, they really slacked off a lot with us lately, and haven't done what they needed to do. So I don't want to predict anything, because every time I get hyped for something, it pans out all wrong. So I like surprises. So I'm hoping that's what it's going to happen. Like like one thing I want to see Microsoft do, which I think may help them out a lot, is OG Xbox backwards compat. I think that people would love that.
Damn, where will you find any of those games?
Pawn shop.
I got them all. I got them at my house.
I was gonna say I could go to the pawn shop around the corner, and they've got over 600 of those original Xbox games for 99 cents a pop.
Yeah, and
my game collection just went by like 100. If it gets announced, I'm dropping $100 and grabbing all my favorites again.
Yeah, no. If you're retro
but I mean, there's
hunting
a lot of
too,
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be said and done. Like for example, even like completely fix that Upload Studios period on whatever they're gonna do. Okay, just because that Upload Studio sucks, and I've told Phil Spencer that myself. In a chat room with him, I told him, and that was over 6 months ago, and nothing's been done with it yet. It's still horrible. Just complete overall updates on everything that clean everything up. Just give us some real good games at the right time. Give us some exclusives. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not one of those people that like to make predictions. I'd like to, just see, because a lot of people, not to be funny, they make a lot of predictions and start a lot of rumors, and then you get pie in your face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me personally, I don't like to do something like that. I just want them to give me some good shit that's going to blow me out the water and say, wow, you're really going to give it to me after all this time me complaining that I want more, and now I'm going to get it. I want to be wowed. So that's why I don't predict and I don't get whatever. I want to see what's going to happen. That's just who I am, though. I've always been that way. I like surprises.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like surprises too, but I think we all want to be surprised, but we all have this impatientness in us, and everybody wanting to know what's happening, what's next. Like, I want to be the first to know this, or like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It
would be nice to be the first to know, but my thing is that every time you hear something, it's, oh, I heard it from a reliable source, and then they do all this stuff, and then you find out their source was never reliable in the first place. So you get hyped over something, and no offense, I go back to Quantum Break. because I had a hard time with that one.
What
It was too
happened?
short for me. It was way too short for me. Way too short.
Explain your frustrations with Quantum Break to me right quick. I don't think I got to hear this.
It was way too short. More storyline than anything. You know, basically. And I thought we were going to get more out of it. More free roaming. You know, open world, stuff like that. You know, after waiting so long. So I was a little disappointed. You know, I was just a little disappointed.
That's fair. That's fair. Who wins E3 and why? All right, so let's see. I feel like a lot of people are often a lot of the companies are having their own special reveals. Like Destiny's having this a reveal on like June 8th or June 9th. And I'm trying to see. Ubisoft kind of plays it the same every year. I don't think they're going to have the worst as Undead believes. EA played it safe by taking their show elsewhere. They're having two separate shows, actually, one in America and one in London. I'm going to say, who am I kidding? I'm the best bot. Freaking Microsoft is going to win. Microsoft wins E3 by a landslide, and I feel like they're going to have, and they will win because they will have the most surprises and the most announcement that impacts us immediately. So that's who wins E3. The Big M. That's what I call them, Microsoft, the Big M.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
I got one for PlayStation. This is how PlayStation wins if they can figure it out. Is they bring Hideo Kojima on the stage, and he just talks and shows his new game. He's done. They win.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But I think he is gonna show up on stage because he keeps showing that Lumen guy. He keeps tweeting out the pictures, just more and more of that Lumen, and I think it's building to something, probably a trailer.
Possibly. Yeah, but Hideo Kojima, man, that man is so overrated. Just saying.
What?
He's overrated, man. Oh my.
Oh no, you did not. No, you ain't trashing Metal Gear Solid while I'm on this podcast.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Yeah, those games. The Metal Gear is awesome. Zone of Venice was, but Metal Gear is awesome.
But yeah, I was gonna say Metal Gear was awesome. Like the complexity in his storylines, the amount of like jaw-dropping moments or confusion that comes with those games is just fantastic.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it is entertaining.
Yeah. And I will admit the games aren't the most friendly to new people because it's like, well, in the first one you're playing here, and in this one you're in a different timeline, and in this one it's very, very confusing and not exactly casually friendly, we'll say.
It's different. Very different. But
everybody I can live with that. I can live with that. You can call it different. We'll live with that.
But everybody likes it. But yeah, I can't wait till E3. So we're not gonna. There won't be a show next week. There won't be a show. We will be off. Hopefully, we have a lot to talk about and a lot to play during that day. But we will be back. What's the week after that?
Kiss move. Well, then who am I gonna watch if you ain't gonna be on?
Well, hopefully you're watching. So I don't know. Will we? Hold on. Does everything take place on Monday?
I try to put my time aside for you. I've been trying to put my time aside to watch you, and you drop this on me. You bring me on, drop it, and say, "Oh, I'm not gonna be here next week." Wow.
It's the week of E3. It's like nobody wants to work, and the thing is. Hold on. Is Sony's show taking place Monday night or Tuesday night? If it takes place Monday night, then we'll have a show Tuesday.
I think it's Monday night. I think.
If it's Monday night, then I'll do a show Tuesday.
Yeah, because that'd be all 3 of them,
Yeah,
right?
that'd be all I care. Then it's like, all right, whatever we can do. So, all right, cool.
Mm.
So we will. I lied. There will be a show next week.
I was just busting your chops.
But anyway, any questions from the people in the chat before we log out for tonight? I know there's a lot of conversations going on there. Kal-El keeping busy in there. Somebody mentioned a Splinter Cell as an Xbox exclusive. Woo, woo, woo. Splinter Cell. Now that's a game I appreciate more than Metal Gear.
No, it's not as thematically awesome as Metal Gear. Still good. I like Splinter Cell, but it's not as crazy. I like the crazy. It's the outrageousness of Metal Gear Solid that makes it.
It's a better stealth game than.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I was gonna say if you're talking stealth games, it's Hitman all the way. Sorry, I'm biased. I like crazy for that, but yeah. I was gonna say if we're talking like stealth games, it goes Hitman, Metal Gear Solid, Dishonored, then Splinter Cell.
No.
Wait, you said. Wait, say that again. You said
Hitman.
All
right. Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid.
What the heck did I say was the third one?
Dishonored.
And then Splinter Cell. And then all the other games can fall in behind it.
You're trash. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm assuming you listed that from like best to worst, pretty much, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. That was a horrible lineup. When will Xbox Live allow you to take off that Boston cap living in my home city of New York? One, I don't live in New York, and Boston is what I claim. You know, this Boston hat. If I take off this Boston hat, another Boston hat comes on. So that's the only time I'm not wearing a Boston hat. I'm wearing like a Batman hat, maybe a Superman hat when I'm feeling jolly. But
I was gonna say let's all just take a moment of silence for Kid Smooth had to watch the Patriots lose this year, and now has to watch the Cavaliers go out in 4 games too.
That's why E3 better be good. Because if E3 is trash, if E3 is horrible, my summer is gonna be wrecked. So I'm relying on E3 to make up for if the Cavaliers don't win the championship. E3 has to make up for that.
Well, there's no if about it.
The bit rate says Boston is garbage. I think he's a Knick fan. He's a Knick fan. I'm sorry. I think I'm trying to think. It's unfair if we compare championships. So, go ahead. Are y'all streaming E3? Yes. Kid Smooth is streaming E3. I'm streaming it on. I'm not streaming the whole thing. I'm just streaming Microsoft Conference because that's all I really kind of care about. But I'll watch the rest. I'm just streaming Xbox's conference. Hopefully you guys join me. And see any other questions here in the chat. Subscribe to me. Everybody go subscribe to OG Gohan. That's a cool name. Watch Dogs 2, they released their trailer. What do you guys think? Another weak stealth game.
I didn't watch the trailer. I didn't play the first Watch Dogs. I have no interest.
Well, it's just somebody holding a cell phone, pushing buttons behind his back.
Is it going to be more than that? E3 probably, right?
No, that's just it says full reveal. I forgot the date. It's like sometime next week.
I stand by what I said. I really don't care about it.
Or Watch Dogs 2?
No.
I'm
good.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, hopefully it takes that leap that Assassin's Creed took with Assassin's Creed 2. Maybe it'll be awesome.
It won't be. I was lying. I didn't like Watch Dogs at all. It was a buy. You know those games you get. Like, I'm sure all of us have been a part of that conversation. Everybody's talking about this particular game, and then you're like, oh, what the hell? You buy it, and you think you're going to enjoy it, and you didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. That happened with me with Watch Dogs, Wolfenstein, and What other game? There was a couple games. Yeah, I didn't like Wolfenstein. And that's why I didn't buy Doom, because I knew I wasn't going to like it. And everybody else loved it.
I was actually surprised Watch Dogs was getting a sequel. Then I actually looked at the sales numbers, and that game sold insanely well, which makes absolutely no sense to me.
Well, it was a lot of hype around the game before it came out, before like the downgrades came into effect. But there was hype around the game, just like there was hype around the Division. You know, Ubisoft does a good job at marketing their games and building that anticipation, and then you can probably guess how it's going to be. And it sold well, yeah. It just didn't fare well long after that, as far as being a game everybody liked.
Yeah, I think it was one of the first major titles coming out.
Yep,
new systems.
It came out at the perfect time too. Yep.
Yeah, so it's not surprising that it sold well.
Yeah. And it was originally supposed to be a launch title. Imagine that game was a launch title. Oh my god. But I think that's it. Any other questions? Countdown to Watch Dogs reveal is in their official site. 14 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah, that's all for you, new type.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Any of you guys play Mirror's Edge Catalyst?
Nope. I didn't play the original. I wasn't gonna play that one. I'm not a big fan of first-person perspective, especially when it comes to platforming. It seems weird.
Like I downloaded it because I have the EA access and whatnot. I was like, just like the first one, I don't really like it. I mean, I could deal with first-person games, but I prefer if it's a first-person shooter. I don't like first-person action adventure games. It's like it just really doesn't do me any. I don't know. I didn't really care for it like that. And I was like, yeah, this is the same reason why I didn't like the first one. But all right, well, I was like, good try releasing another one.
Yeah, if it was in third person, I would have given it a shot. But
yeah, third person, it will serve perfect as a third person game.
Yeah, because you just run around jumping.
I guess if it was third person, it would be any different from any other action adventure game. But hey, I thought it would have been a good idea. No, I will not be freestyling. And struggle bars, it's not. When we get in struggle bars, I am actually putting out a mixtape called Struggle Bars, but probably in the summer sometime. I'm still waiting for Kal-El. He said wait. He had one question, and he's probably still typing it.
How long is this question?
Yeah, it might be. Steam support. See, Steam support for Xbox, somebody said that would be cool, but that's been like a rumor for a long time, and I have not seen anything since then.
Well, that'd be counterintuitive to the UWP, wouldn't it? You're trying to sell stuff on Windows, but if you have Steam, it kind of kills it.
Yeah, and that's why I find it less likely. Yeah, that's why I find it less likely that Steam support. Now the thing is, because like you can see when people are playing Steam games on Xbox. When say Matt, you're playing a game on Steam and you're my friend on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
And you're my friend. I invite you to a party, you're playing, and I can see the game that you're playing. So I don't know if in realize the cool thing is like if you could earn if they merge the achievements or something like that, and you can earn Steam achievements on your Xbox and vice versa. I mean, that would be great, but I don't know.
And all the points stack, or they just keep them separate.
Yeah. No. Stack them points up. What am I gonna play after the show? I'm probably gonna return to Murder Soul Suspect. And probably not. No, this one. I don't know if you guys played Murder Soul Suspect, but I think I realized why the game not such poor reviews. Now the game was good, and I think I'm towards the end. But in one mission, you gotta go to the basement. But every other time you go down to the basement, it's like the stage is unfinished, so you just fall right through the floor. And I'm like, what? And so I quit and go back in the game. I was like, oh, this is what the stage looked like. And then when I died, I had to go back to the checkpoint, and I go back to and the stage is unfinished again. It's like where they were building. They was like, all right, we're done for the day. We'll get back to it tomorrow, and just never got back to it. It's like that was like really horrible because now that and I think that's what's going to take me even longer to beat the game is because the stage is incomplete.
What kind of game is Soul Suspect? Is that a point and click?
No, it's a third person. It's a third person action game, right? But there's no real combat because you're playing as a ghost, and it's more detective work and whatnot. Like take what you like from like man, I don't know if you played. It's not a point and click because you got full control of the character. It's just that there's no much action. I mean, he has one power move and stuff like that, but it's more of an investigative.
So it's kind of like Gone Home or something like that, where you're just kind of walking around looking at stuff.
Yeah, you got to solve your own murder.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you die, you get shot, but it's the person that killed you kind of was looking for somebody else, and you run into all these other ghosts and other people that you gotta help. It's crazy. I mean, it's cool. I like it, but just the part I'm on kind of frustrates the hell out of me.
I gotcha.
All right. So who had a critical question out here? I'm like, anybody got a question? I'm pretty sure I missed a question here in the chat. He said also, why no one on this podcast hyped for Battlefield 1 reveal on Sunday? Because maybe a trailer was already shown. I'm not sure.
They showed another trailer for Battlefield?
Well, the official reveal, I think, is Sunday. I'm more interested in Titanfall, honestly.
I don't care for first-person shooters.
Oh, man, really? Where were you the last 10 years?
Not playing those.
He is actually playing good games.
Yeah, I've never played Call of Duty. I've never played Battlefield. I've never played any of that stuff. I'll play
never?
Halo.
You've never touched a Call of Duty or Battlefield game, like ever.
With Call of Duty, the most time I spent with that game was my buddy was playing it online. He was like, "Here, I gotta get the door," and I started playing it, and then I gave it back to him immediately after he came back. That was it.
Wow.
That's
wow.
it.
We got another question. If Sony doesn't show any remakes or nostalgia type games, can they win E3 with just what they present? Who wants to take that?
Well, considering that it's like Dead Don't Ride is a Sony Ben game that's supposed to be showing. No idea what that is even gonna be. God of War 4 is probably gonna get shown. How much of it, I have no idea. What other games are they gonna show? There's a whole list.
Now, think about it. Every year, the last 3 years, Sony have shown something that's
nostalgic. Remastered?
Yeah, that's true. Wow. Okay, I don't think they can win without showing anything nostalgic, and that's why a Crash Bandicoot or God of War 4 would probably steal the show. But if they don't have anything nostalgic or from their past, I don't think they can win. I mean, at the end of the day, realistically, no. But in the eyes of these easy to amuse people, sure. But
yeah, probably not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think both companies rely too much on nostalgia to take over. Like, whenever I see remakes, like, I just feel like remakes shouldn't be an E3 thing. This should be you trying to show off and spend your money on hyping new games. You don't need to hype remakes; they'll sell themselves.
yeah,
like it's almost a waste of time to hype reveals, really, or like remakes. Sorry.
Well, if it's a type of remake like Final Fantasy VII remake is, I don't think it's a waste of time, considering that game is being built from the ground up.
Yeah, but
if Capcom shows the Resident Evil one, it doesn't take away the Resident Evil 2 remake. It doesn't take away from.
Yeah, no, like those ground from the ground up remakes, I'm fine with, but like general remasters and whatnot, they don't need time.
Oh yeah,
like Final Fantasy VII will sell itself. They wouldn't even have to reveal anything. They could be like, all right, go to Walmart on Tuesday. Final Fantasy VII's out. I guarantee you that Walmart will be lined out like 10 miles out with people.
Well, yeah, probably.
That's true. That is true. Now I got a challenge for you guys, right? Say take over. All right, whoever you want to be, whether it be Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, hell, even Sega, right? If you had a chance to be an executive for them, and you was like, you know what, I'm gonna put all my money in on this. We gotta win by any means necessary. We gotta take the market. We want to be the place to go to. What do you show? What do you get, and what do you present to the folks at E3? Whoever you're being, whether you're Microsoft, Sony, Sega, Nintendo, Capcom, whatever, EA.
Well, if I was Nintendo, I'd just be like, hey guys, you know that NX thing? Here it is. It's right here. Check it out, guys. That's it. That's all you'd have to do if I was Nintendo. But is this like complete control kind of thing?
Yeah, it's just like the world is in your hands, and you have the funds. You don't have to worry about being constricted to the funds of like putting out exclusives and whatever. Like,
okay, if I was the head man at Sony, I'd walk on stage. The first announcement: you can change your names now.
Really?
Yeah. You know how hyped people would be for that? They'd be like, oh, thank God.
Worthy of an E3 announcement?
Yeah, I think so. We've been waiting forever.
All right.
And the next thing is, I'd greenlight a sequel to The Order 1886, and I would be like, Naughty Dog's working on it.
Naughty Dog's working on The Order?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. That's perfect for Naughty Dog.
Yeah, I actually 100% like. I'm pretty sure like the internet would just break if Sony just came out and went, you know what? We're gonna pump a bunch of new people into Naughty Dog so they can produce more games, and all of our exclusives are being made from Naughty Dog. All games would be 10 out of 10 from then on. The end. Game over.
This is what I would do, right? All right, this is what I do. I'm Microsoft, and I say, you know what? We like what the guys at Crystal Dynamics did, you know, with Tomb Raider. You know, we have Rare. You know, this is what I do. I hire a team, most of the people that's at Crystal Dynamics, to work on Perfect Dark, right? And I make Perfect Dark. I was like, you know, we're gonna make Perfect Dark like the newfound, like the go-to game. And we will make Perfect Dark a third-person action game, right? With elements from Tomb Raider, Splinter Cell, freaking Uncharted, right? But in the Perfect Dark universe, because Perfect Dark, Joanna Dark was a tech-savvy person. She had futuristic weapons and gadgets, all sorts of stuff, right? Be a third-person action game with an intense action-packed story, which they can do, you know, people, the geniuses behind Tomb Raider, and then with a epic multiplayer. It's not hard to beat a multiplayer that is Uncharted. Like, you know, a third-person multiplayer can work, and it can be better than Uncharted. So for those who get turned off by those type of multiplayers, they do that. I would do that. I would present off Perfect Dark, because there's a lot of people who wants to see Perfect Dark. Maybe we don't want a first-person Perfect Dark, but that's a way to bring back an IP that will make it feel like a new IP. And if I'm Microsoft, and also if I'm Microsoft, I am looking at all my OG Xbox exclusives that have yet to see the light of day on the 360 and Xbox One, and I'm remaking them completely. These are, and I would be set for like the next 5 years with exclusives. Obviously, you don't have to put them all out in the same year. You set them up, and also what I would do, I wouldn't shove them all into November, October. I would put these games to from March to pretty much September, and then let the third party do the work for me during the fall, winter.
I like that perfect dark one.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, man.
It would be perfect as a third person. Her take over the spot that Tomb Raider has right now, so they don't have to buy it again.
Yep.
I think that'd be perfect.
Titanfall, what's up? What's up? I know you.
No, I'm good. I'm just listening to y'all. I honestly don't know if I was the boss, put my money in. There's so much I would do. One thing probably with Microsoft though. Give me guys' thoughts on this though. But Rise Son of Rome 2.
Oh, yep. I'm with you. Rise Son of Rome 2. You know what they should do with the Rise Son of Rome 2? They should include mythical creatures like animals. I want to see freaking freaking three-headed dogs with a snake for a tail that you have to slice up. You know what I mean? I want Marius to be able to dual-wield weapons. I want him to be able to pick up different weapons. I want him to wear different armor. He should be able to you should be able to use different characters. There are some interesting characters in Rise Son of Rome that we could have learned more about. I would have loved to control like that. What's that girl that dual-wielded the swords? And she was a beast. But I would love to have played at her or learn a little bit more about her story during the game. That could have added some hours. So Rise Son of Rome 2 would be a good idea.
That's what I'm saying, because I know a lot of people like the game, and you put more into it, give them, maybe a couple more levels, like you said, bringing those mythical creatures with, 3 heads and a snake tail and whatever. Yeah, that'd be awesome. People would love that shit.
And you know what I also want a game? Now, I don't know if this has been done before, but I want this open world game, right? That now, and I'm sick of open world games, but I haven't seen an open world game like this, right? Where the world is live. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's got to be based on servers and stuff, but I want to be able to create my character, right? And I pick an occupation, right, of what I want to do, whether I want to be a cop, a fireman, or I'm going to be a gangster, or whatever person I'm going to be, that's who I'm going to be in this character, right? And I'm in this world, right? And then you create your character, do what you do. Say if I'm a cop, right, as my character, and I get into a shootout with, let's say, Nick's character, who's a gangster, right? And our shootout caught fires, but Matt's character is a fireman. He gets called out to the scene to go stop that fire, and he got to get points for how many fires he can stop out. I got to stop Nick from committing crimes, and obviously Nick has to make as money as possible. If we all did that in one freaking world of a video of an open world game, that would be freaking nuts. And I haven't yet seen anything close to that. I have not seen anything close to that.
The only game that kind of reminds me of is there's one on 3DS. It's like It's something to do with RPGs. Mm-hmm. It's instead of questing, you're actually the guy the sellsword, the guy that sells stuff, or you're the item person that sells items, or farming. It's something like that, but yours is way more interesting.
It's like be the NPC simulator.
Yeah, you're the NPCs instead of the one that's questing. It's kind of like that.
Oh wow!
I forget the name of the game.
Yeah, look into that. But I don't know. There's so many video games ideas that I would love to see people try to do, and I just feel like we get a lot of the same the safe video games, the stuff that's been done before. But I think it's 9:30. I'm about to shut it down for the night. Thank you guys for being so active in the chat. I also want to thank Titanfall Princess for joining us tonight. It was great having you. Hopefully have you on again sometime in the future whenever you're ready.
I appreciate you having me on, and yes, I would like to come on again in the future with you guys. I enjoyed myself, getting to learn everybody here and their thoughts, which, I see everybody in the podcast pretty cool, and I like that. So yeah, I think I might be able to do that again. I'd appreciate it.
Cool.
All right, and yeah, we have to play Killer Instinct.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that because you've been promising, and but I'm gonna tell you, I don't know, guys on the party. You think I should stream it when I give Mazel?
Yeah, do that.
Oh
I'll
my
watch
God.
that.
Yeah, do it.
I'll watch that. I'll retweet that.
Oh man.
Oh God. No, but we're gonna have to hook up. But we've been trying to do that. Get smooth. We've been trying to hook up and do it. It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. I promise you, I'm not ducking and dodging you. I am.
Oh, I have a lot of people that are though.
Well, matter of fact, yeah. If you're ready, we can do it tonight, or if not, we can definitely make some time this weekend for sure.
Okay, but probably because I got a couple things I got to take care of when we get off. So, unless you're on later, we can do it. But if not, yeah, sometime this week, hit me up and let me know when you're not busy, and we'll play.
All right, cool. All right, so also, you guys want to do your outros before we outro? Did I just rhyme? I think I did.
Kinda.
Well, you are a rapper, so. All right. Thanks for having me, guys. It's been fun. Timefall, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Check out the articles on TiCGN.com, New Type 86 on YouTube and Twitter. So.
And my undead friend.
Another great podcast. Y'all can find me on YouTube, Twitter, everything else at Undead3XVI. And I actually have a montage up. I actually have a video done too, except for the fact that my Camtasia screwed up and didn't render it, so I got to re-render it. But then there'll actually be a video up, and it's going to be a burner.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that. Titanfall Princess, where can we find you at?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you all again for having me and everybody listening in. I appreciate you guys. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube. So you can find me. I'm out there. Look up Titanfall Princess and you can find me. And it's the Titanfall Princess.
The Titanfall Princess.
Yes.
Yeah. And
some people just put in Titanfall and they don't, they can't find it. And I said, no, you got to put in the Titanfall Princess.
Yeah, I did that when I was looking for you. When I was sending you that message on Twitter, I put Titanfall Princess. I was like, what the? Why can't I find her? And I was like, oh, it's the Titanfall Princess. All right. So, cool. Also, want to give a shout out to Fame ENT, who was with us for a short time earlier. He'll likely be back next week. Also, Nicodemus, we should have him back maybe next week. Just make sure you guys check out their channels. Thank you guys for tuning in for another week. We're 19 strong. Technically like 21, but 19 strong in their original count. But I am Kid Smooth, and I am your host. Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night, or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. We're out.